Hi, I'm Bishop Craig Satterlee, and I am excited to invite you to our You Are Witnesses of These Things retreat. The retreat will be held September 17 and 18 at the Bethany House at the St. Francis Retreat Center in DeWitt, Michigan. The retreat's purpose is to discuss the book, You Are Witnesses of These Things, which Chelsea Satterlee and I wrote, and which I hope you can see over my shoulder and under my lamp. Our purpose is that we who gather will experience the joy and fun of sharing the story of Jesus for no other reason than Jesus is such wonderful good news. We get to share that Jesus is God with us in everything, that Jesus proclaims that God's will for us and for all creation is abundant life, that Jesus brings wholeness and healing, that Jesus gives us forgiveness and a second chance when we need one, and that Jesus invites us and frees us to live differently, to live like Jesus, and to share in his own work of proclaiming the nearness of God's reign, or reconciling the world to God's very self, or restoring all creation to what God intends. This is not a retreat that will help people get members and volunteers and money to sustain their church. Jesus never shared the good news with people so they would come to church and volunteer to serve on a committee and give money to keep congregations or synods or seminaries or denominations going. We are sharing the story of Jesus because Jesus is good news. And maybe people will hear about Jesus and they might want to come to church, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to simply share the story of Jesus with people for whom it is new, and for people who do not know Jesus, or for people who have been told about a Jesus who we don't know, a Jesus who is divisive and judgmental and fosters hate. That's not the Jesus we know. So we want to share the story of Jesus because it is life-giving good news, and leave the rest to the Holy Spirit. So if that intrigues you or excites you or makes you curious, please come to the retreat. The other purpose of the retreat is to help for us all to discover together how best the book, You Are Witnesses of These Things, can be used in congregations and in Bible studies and in coffee clutches and in book clubs. And I'm very excited that this is beginning to happen in this synod and across our church. And we are hearing good things. So if you're one of those that wants to use the book, put it in your congregation or among a group of Christian friends, but are not sure how to go about it, this retreat might be for you as well. While pastors and deacons and bishops are certainly welcome, this retreat is for us as baptized Christians, as disciples, as followers of Jesus, as God's people. Because our hope is to share the good news of Jesus, the story of Jesus, with people outside the church. Now, we'll practice, we'll learn, we'll become good at it by sharing within the church, but we'd like to share the story of Jesus with people outside the church. And my experience is the best people to do that are not deacons, pastors, and bishops. They're the folk, because one, they have perhaps more exposure to people outside the church, and two, because the witness of God's people is more authentic and compelling. So this is really a retreat for God's people. I understand that it is on a Sunday and a Monday, and that may be inconvenient. It is inconvenient. We were hoping for a Friday night and a Saturday, But the truth is, that's when retreat centers are their busiest. Maybe someday we'll be able to guarantee the audience that the retreat center can have on the weekend, but we're not there yet. So we are starting small, which means that it will be on a Sunday evening and a Monday. And God bless our efforts. Maybe it will grow. But whether it does or not, I'm excited for this retreat because we get to share the story of Jesus and experience that joy and fun. So I hope you'll consider joining us, and you can find details on my webpage, which is craigasatterlee.com, and click the events page. Again, I hope you will consider joining us. I certainly hope you'll give the book a look. I'm Craig Satterlee, and the peace of Christ be with you. Take care.